So, bottom line, the NBA, they got it right. The NBA got it right. What's up, everybody? It's Zany. Welcome to Tipi, the Interesting Part Is podcast, dropping knowledge on y'all, and I'm gonna spell it out for you. The NBA got it right, and I'll tell you what I mean. NBA All-Star in San Francisco. One thing about the NFL when they took the Superbowl this year to New Orleans. Now, as a guy who used to live in New Orleans for a little while, my dad, I lived there for a couple of years when I first went to college. And New Orleans is stuffed. I mean, it's jam-packed with music and culture and food and Bourbon Street and the Wharf. It's just a vibe. It's so much there. But I just remember that there was coverage all day before the big game, the Super Bowl, and I didn't hear nothing about the city. I didn't hear nothing about the culture. They were in New Orleans, right? I didn't hear nothing about that. Most of it were Holmes, can afford the Chiefs three-peat. I heard a lot of that. I heard a lot of Saquon Barkley. I heard the Eagles quarterback. I heard his name, Jalen Hurts, a lot. I heard all this stuff a lot, but I didn't hear nothing about the culture or the city or the love that is New Orleans. I mean, the food alone is enough to you know what I mean. It's enough to have a whole segment on, but they didn't do that, and that's too bad. And then for the halftime show, when they could have honored the city's musical pioneers, this is what we got. So, and still people debating whether it was good or bad, didn't understand it, did understand it, deciphering it. I mean, if it's good, you don't have to decipher it. That's just my thing. If it's good, it's good. And you don't have to worry about how to decode the code. Get out of here with that. Anyway, the NBA got it right when they took their all-star festivities to San Francisco. Now, let's not talk about the all-star game, some of the events. It's trash, really. I'm just gonna put it like that. An all-star tournament. What's that for? Gambling? Instead of one game, we got four. That's all. That's the only reason you would make it a tournament is so people can have more stuff to bet on. That's all it is. So forget about the game. Let's put the game aside. During the coverage of All-Star, they really talked about the culture of the city. They showed the city. They showed the Golden Gate Bridge. They showed you all the sights. They introduced you to some of the food and the drinks and some of the nightlife. And they really got into it when they were there. And then to top it all off, at the All-Star halftime, they honored the musical pioneers of that city, E40. Too Short. Saweetie. And man, was she looking good. And let's not forget my girl Dawn, Cindy. In Vogue. Ripped it down with DJ Cassidy. So they really put in some work to honor the city because after all, you're inviting all these people to your city. You know what I mean? You got to pay homage to that city. You got to show them some love because all these people coming in there, you're creating revenue and everything. So why not just show that city some love? Now, I'm not going to get into the whole debate about Kendrick versus Lil Wayne, but New Orleans has Master P. New Orleans has the Hot Boys. New Orleans has a lot of music there that was mainstream, popular, big hit songs music. So I think they could have done a better job. Jay, whatever. And they talked about the most watched. Well, the game was the most watched. The game was. People tuned in for the game. They wanted to see Kansas City three-peat. They just had to deal with the halftime show. That's all. That's all. Hey, like and subscribe to the channel. Leave your comments below. I know I'm going to get it. I know I'm going to get it. Thanks again for hanging out with us. TIPI. NBA got it right. Holla.